Yo, what is up guys? It is Restless Hades back with another zombies video. Today we're going to be doing a ranking video, more based on the best maps for everyone except for Easter egg players. So I'm talking the casual players, I'm talking about the newbies, I'm talking about the high rounders. I'm just sick of the zombies community being solely based around Easter egg. And I'm not an Easter egg player, so here I am voicing my opinion that I'm going to get shit on. But without further ado, now that you know the criteria, I'm just going to straight up jump into it. And at our number 5 spot, we're going to have 9. I think 9 overall is just a great map for pretty much everybody. Getting to high rounds is kind of difficult because of all the catalyst zombies and all of the requises that come after you. But for starting out, the pack-a-punch process is quite easy. You just go to the 4 sections of the map and you unlock that. You just take on a couple challenges, and then you got pack-a-punch. You can get the Strife pack-a-punch by around like 3 or 4 if you wanted, just because of some challenges that are super easy to do. Overall, just a great map to start out on, but it's still good for high round players because it is kind of challenging. I say that because, you know, the BO4 engine's pretty easy, but we'll just move on from there. In our number 4 spot, I'd say we have Town. I might be a little bit biased on putting this one in here just because, Town it holds a nice place in my heart, but Town is overall just a good map for all players. Making it to like round 15 or 20 is pretty easy for an average player. Even for a new player, it's a good map to like learn how to train and run around and avoid zombies, but then it's also really good for the high round players because of how fucking hard the map becomes. You don't have any reliable wonder weapon. You got the Ray Gun Mark II, which, let's be honest, Ray Gun Mark II is good, but it'll only carry you for so long. And that's what I think Town just does right. Town just does it perfectly with that. And I gotta commend Town for that. In our number 3 spot, I would say we have Buried. Buried's just a good map. It's got good flow, and again, for like starting players, it might be a little bit confusing, but you should be able to figure it out pretty quickly. And for just a casual game, it's really fun. You can just kind of sit in a corner and camp with the paralyzer. And that's the thing, is that, you know, some people be like, oh, but it's not good for the high round players. But that's the thing, is that once the paralyzer caps out, that's when the high round players come into play. That's when we go and we have our fun. And we really struggle on those high rounds because we got the Mark II and the Paralyzer to kind of get us out of sticky situations, but it doesn't kill zombies anymore. So I personally think that is an amazing map for overall just everyone. Next up, we have my personal favorite map of all time in the number 2 spot, and this is Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead has a amazing start. It's not too complex, but it's also not too simple. So it's just got everything for everyone. The starting rounds are a little bit tricky to get set up on. You can hit the box, or you can do a couple challenges to get the wonder weapon on the map, and then you can either convert it into the magma gat, or not magma gat, sorry, that's Black Ops 4. You can convert it into the acid gat, and then from there it's pretty easy. You can just train and do that, or you can go down and you can camp down by the docks, which is what me and my one buddy do. It's just a great way to play. But then again, it's also amazing for the high rounds because it's such a challenge. You have to really train in the cafeteria, and you have to make use of that acid trap. That acid trap is literally going to save your life. That is the only way later on, like, well, if you're going for high rounds, if you're going for like 50, 60 plus, that's what you're going to need to do in order to make those high rounds. And it's so skill based, I just love it. Oh, it's such a I kiss you, Mob of the Dead. You're such a perfect map. Anyway, before we get into our number 1 spot, because, you know, I'm gonna conform to everybody else, I want to say some honorable mentions that I have. Revelations, I would say, is a really easy map. Like, it's probably got to be the easiest, if not one of the easiest maps. And what I really like about Revelations is it's just good for everyone. You can jump into the map as just a new player, and the flow is pretty good. You go turn on these four, I guess totems or whatever you want to call them. You turn on those, and then you go and you jump inside this big monster tentacle thing, and there you go, Pack-a-Punch. But it's also good for the high round players because it's quite easy to make it to the high round, but you also have to be really careful of the Margwas and the Panzers that will come after you. Even if you're training or camping in the Varuk strat with the Apothegm and the Thundergun, it's still gonna be kind of a difficult time when the Panzers and the Margwas show up, just because of their sheer power and the amount of shots they can fucking take. So I think Revolutions is a great map, and I almost actually put it in my list, but I thought it deserved an honorable mention at least. So now here is my final map. This is the number 1 spot, and this is Derice or the Giant. This is perfect for all players, I think. The Pack-a-Punch process is super simple. It is quite easy, it's fun, it's nice, you can just have a blast. It's a nice easy map that you just kind of run around, you get everything set up, and you can camp on the catwalks until like round 20s, 30s, depending on how good you are at the game. And then after round like 30, sometimes you can push up to like 35, 40, but after that you need to start training. And training in this map is where the high round players come in, and it is fucking hard. It's hard to make a quick, concise train. If you want to do a full map train, it's pretty easy, but it takes a long time. So if you're trying to round rush, it's pretty difficult, and that's what I really like about it. Is it's just a very fun map to try to play for just everybody. If you're trying to go high rounds, it's a difficult map. It's not really easy, but it's also not stupidly hard. And it's also it's overall just a great map, and I think Derice / the Giant is the best map for all players. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this very shitty map, ranking. And, if you guys want to see more, ranking videos before Cold War comes out, if this video gets a whole 3 fucking likes, I will make another ranking video within the next, probably, week. So, hit that like goal, please. Alright, stay safe, don't get the Rona, have a good day. Peace.